Dun, 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 dun. Brum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ready?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
You ready?
dun.
Have we
Bum,
been
bum,
recording
bum,
this whole time?
bum.
Oopsies.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Unlimited.
Bum.
Need some candy?
Okay, what?
This is... It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's not Guardians. It's... Superman.
What was it that you said at the credits? What do you think the theme sounds like? Dun, 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 dun,
Wicked.
dun,
And Moon River.
dun.
Well, whatever they were playing in the very, very first scene in the movie was Moon River. I don't know what that was.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's like...
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Would you like a Sour Punch straw?
No, thank you.
We are not sponsored.
This is Superman, directed by James Gunn. Here's a trivia for you. James Gunn directed what other superhero series?
Are you asking me or the audience?
Yeah, you.
Sorry, I got a sour piece. Woo! Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do you know what other movie he did before that I think you've seen?
It's a superhero movie?
No. But it was a TV show. And it has a highly centralized, the main character of the movie is computer animated, is not real. It isn't, it's hilarious.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. SpongeBob.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, good for him.
I know.
What a range.
So Scooby-Doo.
He's got a strength.
Which is what?
Quirky, wholesome heroes with banging soundtracks.
Yeah. I think the best review is that it's Guardians of the Galaxy-ish in the best way.
Yes. I was really concerned about that going in.
What? Yeah. Why were you concerned?
I think Guardians of the Galaxy works for Guardians of the Galaxy because we haven't had a bunch of which Guardians of the Galaxy series is your favorite? Who's your favorite director for Guardians of the Galaxy? It wasn't here's a classic story and classic characters that had been done over and over again. And so with Guardians, it was his thing, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't, Guardians feels like kind of wholesome or like kind of cheesy. It was its own thing. And so I think going into this, I was like, well, Superman's like iconic. It's been done again and again. I just feel like there's a lot more pressure to it. And so I was like, I don't think it should have the same tone as Guardians. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it needs to be more serious, but I was wrong. I had fun. Yeah. I had fun and my heart felt warm. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. It's a fun film. Like it's easy to, it's not like Hallmark movie easy, like cheesy, but it was
Guardians easy. Yeah, there's still action.
There's still action. There's still like an emotional, moral, plot turn, and so it's not just like all frill, but like, yeah, it was definitely. It seems like an intentional shift from Man of Steel, Batman, all that DC universe, which was so dark.
Yeah,
was super dark. And then now they're like, no, we can do like the Marvel thing of making it action packed, but also making it funny.
Yes.
And have memorable moments where little kids will remember it, and also
right
where adults will be like, wow, that's really cool.
That's something for everybody.
Yeah. And I was like, I will say there were moments when the CGI I thought was like, okay. Like I was like
what parts?
Like the dog, I thought was a
Really?
little bit, like, I think I'm so used to maybe like Marvel or even like Star Wars and like people who they try to make it look hyper realistic, even though they're not realistic things.
Mm-hmm.
But at least like the intro, the dog, I was like, this looks like it. Like I could tell this is a
interesting. I
sort of
never thought that.
Almost cartoonish, but I liked it. It was like, yeah, that's the point. Like
Yeah.
it's
a super dog.
It's a super dog. It's a movie, and that makes it maybe a little bit more comic book because not that I didn't read the comic, so I know nothing about the actual story, like the actual character, but like it's Superman. It's a comic book character, and it's not supposed to look realistic.
That's so interesting. I never. Yeah, the special effects to me were excellent, but I know you probably look at it differently.
Not really. I mean, I don't know anything about that. I just thought like comparing parts of it to like, and then when they get into that like pocket universe thing, that looks very Marvel-ish.
Yes.
All those characters.
Yeah.
Just all the lighting in that.
Yeah.
Dark lighting,
it looks very Guardians.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Yeah, James Gunn has a style and he's really good at it, and it's fun. I think that'll define part of our movie going generation.
Yeah.
You know, James Gunn will be a big name.
Well, and like
forward.
I'm thinking of kids where this is going to be the first Superman movie they see. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be the template.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Maybe it was just me, the color scheme, and I think the actual Superman actor felt more what's his name? Christopher Reeves.
That's the guy who played Superman?
Yeah, the like OG.
Okay.
In like the 1970s one, you know, the one that John Williams scored, like that one. Yeah, I just felt like his acting was a little bit maybe more closer to that. And the color scheme, it's a lighter blue versus like the Superman in, Man of Steel and even like the other ones like Smallville or like the sort of like TV show Supermans are, it's like a deep blue and deeper red. And I don't know. I was just like, yeah, this is clearly trying to make it lighter.
Yes.
Like literally lighter, but also just like, yeah, a little more enjoyable.
Yeah. And it represents like what makes Superman stand out from a lot of classic heroes. Like he's just so wholesome, you know?
Yeah.
Like the movie is very bright. He's very hopeful, like wants to find the best in even the crazy people. So I thought it made sense.
Let's say that this continues into a series. Where does this stack up in superhero series?
Like DC? Because I don't...
just superheroes in general. I mean, like, your favorite is Spider-Man, and yours is specifically the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire ones. Where does this rank in terms of that?
Well, to be fair, this is the thing. This is the other reason I went in with low expectations. I've never cared for Superman. Like, he has always been one of my least favorite superheroes. It feels too easy. Like, I'm not intrigued by the whole backstory of like, well, he's an alien and that's why he's super. Like, I love Spider-Man. I like those kind where it's like the backstory is here's something that changed and here's certain things they experienced and that has to do with why they're a superhero now. So that's hard for me to compare it to the Spider-Man movies because, like, I would put this so far below the Spider-Man movies, but that's not based on cinematography. Like, the cinematography...
No, I'm asking where it ranks for you.
But that doesn't seem fair.
Oh.
Because the Spider-Man movies aren't, like, that well made.
I'm asking you which ones you like.
The Spider-Man movies.
Okay. So where does it, like, where does this relate to? Do you like the Guardians ones better than this?
No, I think if I had to say Guardians 1... I did like Guardians 1. But I feel like this one's going to be more memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a standalone film. Better than the Christopher Nolan Batmans?
No.
No, those are goated.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, in terms of like DC movies, I feel like the Christopher Nolan Batmans, and then this, honestly. Like, this was really good. I also just have a hard time remembering DC movies. But even just like in terms of all comic books, like there's like, this was just fun.
Yes.
And maybe aside from like Avengers Endgame, where it's like this huge climactic resolution to several movie tiers. This one seems like
it's not perfect.
Like its own start to something.
Yeah. It's not perfect, but it's really enjoyable. And kind of like what you were saying, like, I could see like families going to this, which is really cool.
Yeah. Who was your favorite character?
Maybe, is it Mr. Terrific or Captain Terrific?
I think it's Mr. Terrific.
He's up there. I love Clark's adopted mother. She's so, like, her little accent and just like, he's just a pile of mush. I washed your boots for you. Like, I'm not doing her accent correctly, but she's just a wholesome woman in the middle of nowhere.
I read something on Twitter that I didn't understand in the moment, and then I thought about it when I heard them talk, which was my biggest complaint with Superman was, why does his parents have these like thick Southern accent? Yeah, and he does not at all.
Yeah, he has a very like, what are you talking about? Like
just completely different.
Macho. Who is yours? Eve.
Who's Eve?
The girl who... Oh, disclaimer. There will probably be spoilers on...
There's definitely spoilers.
There will be spoilers. Starting now. Eve is the one who sends the selfies with like the secret information.
The other girl. Yeah. No. The guy that she like is...
Jimmy? Is that what his name?
Jimmy Olsen. Yeah.
He is funny. He's adorable.
Yeah, he was cool. And I like that actor. I can't remember.
What else is he in?
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, he did look familiar.
I'm pretty sure he's in Saturday Night Live and something else that we saw recently. And I liked Beck Bennett character, the guy actually from SNL. He's the guy who like freaks out at the end. You know, he's like, when Clark's like walking into the building, he's like making fun of him. He's got like a mustache.
He was helping Luther?
No. He works at the Daily Planet.
Is he his boss?
No.
Oh, he's
Like
the one who doesn't
guy.
have a seat in the rocket.
Yes, correct.
Sorry, guys. That was a very specific detail. Okay, I'm with you. I've never seen that man in my life.
That guy's on SNL.
Currently?
Was.
I don't remember him.
Yeah.
Must not have been very funny.
Yeah, apparently. I don't think he looks a lot different.
Yeah.
He was pretty funny, but yeah, I don't know. I liked Superman, and I sort of went back and forth on Lois Lane, but
I liked her.
But at the end, I liked her.
I liked her. I think they did a good job of. I think I went into it, and when we are introduced to Eve's character, and she's very much like always constantly taking selfies, and super like freaked out by stuff and very ditzy and boy crazy. I was like, all right, like it's a Superman movie. Like you have to go into it being okay with the fact that like the men are like the heroes and there's going to be a lot of scenes where you're just watching women get rescued, like that makes me think of OG Spider-Man movies. Like it's always an old woman that's being rescued or it's Mary Jane over and over again. And that's kind of how you remember them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, Superman is one of the older storylines. Like if they're following it, like these women might not be as dynamic in this movie, but I think he did a good job of like for Lois, it was still true to the character. Like she still, was being rescued. But she had a lot more like of a role in this. One, I loved how like powerful of a journalist they made her. Like she's so confident and like snappy from the get-go. And so it's like, dude, superpowers aside, like this girl is powerful and you don't want to mess with her. And then when she does like, get more into the action, like she holds her own, learns how to drive that crazy machine. So I really appreciated that it wasn't Snow White. It wasn't let's change everything and make this character unrecognizable. It was like, let's still have like the classic pieces, but also highlight this character's strengths and their action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she plays a huge part in the exposition of like setting up all the drama with the war going on and the political tension, and like the public view of Superman, just all in that scene in their apartment at the beginning, which I read that's like a 12-minute scene.
Oh.
Which it doesn't feel like that, does it?
No.
Like when she interviews him?
No, it doesn't.
That was like on Twitter, so I don't know if that's true. But that's a big thing. Like it goes by so quick.
Yeah.
And that's like the way that's like most of your introduction to
their
relationship. There were just some parts where I was like, I don't know, like she knows that it's Clark and there's like just certain dialogue where like when she's asking the Justice Gang to like go and save them and she's like, because you're friends, like she's very like, I don't know, sassy, and I'm like, your boyfriend is like,
you just started dating,
and also he's like probably dead. Like for all you know, he's gonna be locked away for the rest of his life. And you're just, I don't know.
But that's how she makes stuff happen. She's a scrappy little thing.
She's very calm the whole time.
But she's also like, get your butt up and go.
Yeah.
Something I appreciate, and this has nothing to do with quality of the movie. It's just, this is what I needed from a superhero movie. The second we're like introduced to her, I was like, dang, like the whole point of this movie is going to be how, Superman's enemies want to attack people that matter to him. And so they're going to go after his parents and they're going to go after Lois. And I appreciate that was not the point of this film. I'm sure if they do a series, the next one, Lois will probably be the main focus.
For sure.
She might die. But I appreciate just from a personal level, like that stress was off the table. Like I was like, she is a very powerful part of this movie, and everyone's like brushing off the fact that they're dating. Like the people who know, it's not like this like big reveal. It's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're hooking up, or I'm pretty sure it's been happening for a couple months.
Like, how long have they been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took the stress off for me because usually in superhero movies it's like no one can know about us, and like, but I don't care. And then the second they find out their enemy has them like,
they're not
imprisoned.
Yeah, no, I like that.
So I'm sure it'll be its own thing in another film.
I also very much appreciate that the crux of her character was not, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
You know, like
it wasn't just her being rescued. It wasn't just
it
being
wasn't
a worried
damsel
girlfriend.
in distress.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just like, oh, like take care of yourself, be safe. It was like she was like, she didn't really care.
She did her own
She
thing.
was like, yeah, you gotta go.
She like saved him.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was like one of the wildest parts to me was the bookshelf in her apartment building.
How big it was?
How big it was. I was like,
aren't we in New York?
I was like, how much can you really afford that as a beat reporter?
I was thinking about
Daily
that
Planet?
too.
No chance, bro.
They have to make it look cute.
Yeah, they gotta make it
Aesthetics.
cinematic.
She's a journalist. Yeah, I
and the frustrating, part of how is he not fired? He's definitely fired, right? He was gone.
Yeah, he's never there.
It doesn't work.
I'm wondering if everyone at the office knows he is, and
weird.
everyone just like messes with him. Because I was thinking about that when he walks in. For a second, I was like, maybe everyone does know, but people are like kind of hard on him, like ridiculing him, not mentioning a crazy fight that he won at all. But for a second, I was like, he looks the exact same.
Well, did you notice the mention? They kind of addressed that.
The glasses?
Like, the glasses thing.
Yeah, but I think it was kind of a joke.
I took it as like, here's the explanation. We know that people are gonna like. That's always the big complaint about Superman.
To me, it felt like it was James Gunn making fun of like the OG like Superman story.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Like I think it was his way of being like, yeah, sure, that fooled everyone.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But also like giving it an explanation in the movie so that it's not like people don't make that same criticism about this one. Like it's him being self-aware.
Yeah, I think he found ways to like make fun of Superman while making a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Like even when they're like defending the city from that huge alien creature or whatever, and he's just constantly like, I really think we should keep it alive and bring it to a lab and everything. I'm like, you're like annoying me right now. But it's like, oh, like James Gunn is showing like, that's like what makes Superman so different from so many heroes. Is like, I can't watch them die.
Yeah, Superman I feel like has one of the better, more positive identity sort of processes and sort of identity awareness than most superhero have. Like Batman's is so dark. It's like my parents are dead. Do I kill people? How am I actually doing bad? Am I actually a bad person?
Yeah. Which I think makes for a more popular franchise.
What, the darkness?
There's just, I feel like there's more you can do with that.
Well, but even Superman's is like that. Like in this movie, it's like, he's like, oh, am I bad? But generally, I think the theme of Superman movies is like, he always takes on this persona of I'm here to serve. And that's like an important thing to him, and that he's proud and wants to do that.
Yeah.
The other superheroes, it's like, I have to do this. The city won't survive without me.
I mean, that's kind of Superman too. That idea of like, I have to save everyone. That's what I think is one of his biggest flaws. And we'll get to this later.
But then he does.
But he personally cannot save everyone.
True.
Does not and cannot. Before we get to that though, I want to ask, how did you feel about the whole like internal conflict he was having with
like his parents' message? And then like the relationship to his earthly parents?
Just like the whole toll it took on him hearing like the reason his parents sent him was to like rule the earth.
I don't know. I mean, like, there's always this thing of like Superman sort of haunted by the past like in Man of Steel, like you see the planet and it's like invaders from his home that are like the main threat. And I think that's probably a good call on James Gunn part to just be like, let's focus on what's on Earth and not like get real deep into the history in the back, because then you have to create like an entirely new world that you're already doing. So, I liked it in some regards. If you want to talk about like the Christian themes of it, there was a part of me that was like, I don't think that really lines up. But what I mean is he comes to Earth. If Superman is supposed to be this like Christological figure,
you came down to Earth.
He came to Earth for like
sorry, I'll stop.
Well, that's what you would think. He came to Earth for selfish, bad reasons, and he wasn't aware of that intent. And so, does that make him bad? No. And so now he has to sort of disconnect from this. Like, here was like, at first I thought, oh, maybe this is going to be like original sin kind of thing. Is that
like it's always been there?
Yeah.
No matter how much good he's done,
he's never going to outlive that. But the conversation of like, you're not who. What did he say? The dad says something like, parents can't tell you who you are. We could just give you the tools to be messy and figure it out for yourself. And who you are is not, your identity is not where you come from. Your identity is what you do. And I guess I thought to myself, like, I think that's good to hear, just like in a general sense. Like, you are, I agree with it. Like, you are who you, the way that you treat people, you are the actions that you do in some regard. But if you look at it with more of a theological lens, you are who Christ says you are. Like, you are your identity is in how he loves you and not at all what you do.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I can see it, but it's not a bad internal conflict, and I liked it. I thought it was a little lazy. Like, it was.
That's what I was thinking. It felt lazy to me.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, this feels very childish, because I'm thinking Superman's grown, and it's not like this movie is about the first time he discovered his powers and saves people. Like, we're set in a scene where it's like, he's been doing this for a while. This is his gig. And they bring up like negative social media, from the get-go. And like, we kind of see, he doesn't love it. He tries to avoid it, but he still sees it. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, he's going to be annoyed, but you have to brush it off.
Yeah.
You're going to keep saving people because that's what you believe you're here to do. And so I think what bothered me about it was like, and this is where I think the theological part comes in, is like, if you are to look at his fruit, if you're to look at the fruit, like, what has he been doing? How has he been living his life? He's been living his life serving people. It's not, everyone found out he's been doing this. Like, that's why it's a whole, scandal or whatever, is people think, oh, he's been saving us because he wants to like make us trust him and then he can take advantage of us, whatever. But I was like, as the individual, I don't think I would think to myself, like, my life is a lie. I thought I was here to serve people. That's what I've been doing. And they sent me here to destroy. It's like, no, like, examine the life you've been living, Like, he should be pretty content with, like, you've been doing pretty good. So where I feel like the theological theme comes in is, like, we've seen throughout history, like, very different ways, like, Christianity, I think, has been, like, taught. There's the one hand that's more biblical and from Jesus, which is, we are here to serve. we're here to carry our cross. We're not here to have an easy, comfortable life. Like, we're here to live a life of sacrifice, but with that, we get fuller life, like by serving people and loving others well.
For the sake of others, yeah.
However, I'm sure there are churches and people and throughout history where Christianity has taught, like, we are the ones who are here to lead. Like, we are the chosen people. And so we're the ones who need to have power because we're the chosen people. We're the favored people. And so I think, I don't know if James Gunn was trying to be like, hey, but that's kind of how I took that whole thing was, he might be seeing this video where he's being told, you have these powers and you need to use it to rule over people. But he took it as like, I need to use this to serve people. Does that make sense? At least that's how I took that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I think the whole kind of way that his identity crumbles is that he takes his motivation, he takes the reason that he is good, the reason that he serves humanity is because his parents had wanted him to. And then he finds out that his parents never wanted him to. And so he comes across this path of, do I continue doing what I know to be true and good and continue serving? Like, am I betraying who I am and what I came from if I don't do this? But I also don't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was that crazy of a conflict.
No, it doesn't move me much. I liked what he said at the end to Lex Luthor.
Yes.
About like...
I was like welling up tears during
Really?
that scene.
Why is
yes.
that?
Because, are you talking about when he was telling him, like, when Lex Luthor calls him an alien, and that's when he loses it. He's like, see, that's what I don't like. And then he gets all fired up and talking about what he does and what he's here to do. I got really emotional because when we were deciding what movie to watch, you were like, let's watch something topical, And so I'm thinking, what's a movie that people are talking about, or what's a movie that's like really relevant to what's happening? And I don't know when they started working on this Superman movie, but the way they kept using the word aliens throughout the movie, and the way they kept talking about them, and
you felt like it was political?
I mean, I don't know if it was when they wrote the film, but I think just because of, the way things are currently, I was just like, dang, are they trying to say something like use aliens synonymously with like talking about immigration? And just, again, it was just the way they were framing it. I was like, it feels like they're trying to say something, but again, I don't know if that was the intent. And so when he made that speech about like, that's what gets me, is like, you keep calling me an alien, but he names off all the things like I love, like I get scared, I get sad. Like he's naming all these things he does that are a part of the human experience. He has lived his life as a human. He was taken away from where he was born, separated from his birth parents, and, it feels like people are out to get him. Like when he was saying how, I don't remember how he phrased it, but just essentially like, no matter how good he does, like someone's going to find something wrong with it. And so that just made me really emotional watching it, because I was like, this blue-eyed, white guy is saying something pretty powerful. Just like, I don't want to get.
No, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I think he, like, the whole Lex Luthor character is...
like part of what makes him so...
doesn't see the humanity in somebody.
Yes.
Because he's so focused on...
That's what it is.
His own protection, whether it be his own protection or his own maintaining of control.
Yes. And there's this suspicion. It's not, Superman did this to me, therefore I'm out to get him. There's this overall suspicion, like, I don't like those aliens, especially that one,
Yeah.
And it's constantly trying to find something wrong. And since he can't find something wrong, he's going to take something and put it in a certain light. You know what I mean? And that's where I felt like, okay, this feels like political, because it feels like this idea of, like, if Superman saying like, there's a target on his back. Like, he can do amazing things And because of where he comes from and because of what makes him different, like there's always going to be something to blame him for. You know what I mean? And so it was just, I felt like that scene was really emotional, but that's also why I think this movie is going to be really memorable, because that was like the lens I'm looking at it right now. Who knows? You know, somebody who watches it for the first time 20 years from now, like that speech can represent a lot of different people and a lot of different experiences. And so as cheesy as it was, I was welling up and I was like,
Superman's for the people.
I was like, why am I crying at Superman? Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the use of the word alien had to be intentional.
Yeah, it was the way when the people saying the word alien were usually the villains, and it was usually a place of like,
yeah,
this is what they do, or this is why we need to get rid of them, you know. So thank you for helping me verbally process that, because I was thinking about it on the ride home, like, why was that so moving for me? And again, it was pretty like Disney Channel type writing, like it was pretty soft, you know.
No,
but
it's cheesy.
But like my heart was just really warmed by this film.
Yeah, it's a heart.
I wasn't ready for that, Zeke.
But I also think like,
I thought I was gonna watch a dumb movie.
I think that's what we need. It's like something fun to see.
We need light movies
in the theaters, so like it's exciting to see on the big screen, and also something that is
brings families together.
It brings families together. Like that's a movie you could any age range could probably see. I don't see little kids being.
I did see a Letterboxd review that was like, I'm imagining all the kids that are gonna go home and their parents have to explain what a harem is.
That's pretty good.
It's like hopefully they just move past that.
That's funny. Yeah, I never got. That was like I didn't hate Man of Steel. A lot of people did.
Yeah, I never saw it because I heard so many.
I didn't like the follow up DC things, but like the standalone Man of Steel movie was okay. It wasn't like my favorite. And I've seen the Christopher Reeves one, and I don't have a personal connection or nostalgia about it, but like it's like a it's a classic film. But my biggest gripe with Man of Steel was that it barely incorporates the theme, the musical theme. And this one like hit it pretty hard, and I really like that.
Yeah,
it's a good.
The music was really good.
That's probably one of my favorite movie themes. I mean, they're all John Williams, but like
the most like where I was like, this is James Gunn. This is the guy who made Guardians. The moment I felt it most was when they are going to look for where Superman is imprisoned, and it's Lois and Terrific, and they get there and they're being attacked, and so he just puts her in that protective bubble.
Yeah, that was wild.
And it's just like taking down everybody, attacking like left and right, and the music is Noah and the Whale. Like it's this very light, like 2010, like like it's just like bright and poppy, and people are getting like thrown to the ground, and I was like, yes, that is something he would have done in Guardians.
He's got a style.
Yeah. And again, it makes it light. It's still action, but it's like, this is like kind of funny? ? Why am I not scared?
Yeah. I wondered if it's also like a pretty simplistic shooting process for those kind of things. So like you just one shot, you get a jib camera that moves around her, and then you animate the rest around what you shoot.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you don't
fair.
have to do. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, maybe, but like.
Yeah, you saw the digital artists on the credits.
Yeah, that's insane. But like, think about like, at the end of like Avengers Endgame, how many cuts there are and how many different setups you have to take to be able to show that many superheroes. Versus in this one, if you just shoot one guy looking around, so it's from her perspective in this little bubble, and then you see Terrific like around them, you just have to animate Terrific in and all the action around her.
That's it.
I mean, trust me, that's a lot. But I just wonder if that's more simplistic or less. I have no idea. Yeah, Any other thoughts before we get to reviews and ratings?
It bugged me that Lois said I love you so soon after she was about to break up with him. That there's the biggest spoiler. There's my biggest beef.
They just saved the world.
I was like, do you actually love him, or do you just think like he's hot because he just saved everybody?
Clearly, don't
lead Superman on.
Nothing gets you more in the mood than
a near-death experience,
almost destroying the world.
Yeah,
and then helping save it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like, and I don't know. I'm sure this is accurate to the OG stories, but I was just thinking, okay, they've been dating for 3 months. They work together. At this point, she already knows about his identity, and they're already saying, I love you. I was like, he told a girl who he was, but I don't remember in the Superman comics if she finds out or if he tells her. But I'm like, if I was a superhero and like people already don't like me, I'm not telling you after 3 months.
How long are you waiting?
After we're married. No, during engagement.
Interesting.
Yeah, during engagement. Because I'm not going to, like, you can't trust anyone when you're a superhero, right? You can't trust anyone, Zeke. Anyone could know your identity and be like, it's a trap.
So you would just never share it, ever?
It would be a Mr. and Mrs. Smith situation. No, I would share if if it was clear we were going to get married. But if not, they could.
Wow.
They could stab you in the back. Yeah.
So I can say with confidence that you are not a superhero.
Not a superhero. Yet. Maybe a super spy.
You're my superhero.
Are these mics on? They're not? Okay, yeah. I just What about you? How long would you wait in a relationship to tell someone you're a super?
I think if I was a superhero, I would tell everybody. I wouldn't have a secret identity. I would just live it out. Live with the consequences.
Would you give up the super life if you got married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I had to do, all my crime fighting before we got married. I was going out in the streets and pummeling criminals to a pulp every night.
I remember.
No, I don't know. Like, every superhero is painted as having villains that would kill anybody that they love. Mm-hmm. So their secret identity is sort of to protect that.
Yeah. So if you love everybody.
Well, I think I would do good to not make enemies. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd just stop crime from happening.
But some people like crime.
I would be a low-level superhero. I would take down the bank thief and the drug cartel in my local
Stop
city.
people from littering.
But if an alien comes through a wormhole above downtown, I'm not. There's nothing
that would be the nice thing about having a secret identity, though, is if you're like, I don't feel like doing that. No one's going to stare at you like, hey, what are you going to do about it? But if everyone knows you're a super, it's like, hey, we need you on the double. Everyone's going to have your phone number.
Yeah, I mean, how do you work? He should have been.
How do supers get paid?
He gets fired. He probably gets a new job every 6 months.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Do you want to give our star ratings?
Yeah, and then or do you want to do reviews first and then our star ratings?
I say our star ratings and then reviews.
Okay. Shoot.
I don't want you to be swayed. And we can say them at the same time.
Okay. All right, you ready? I think I got mine.
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
3.5. Hey! Right. That was pretty close. That was one of the higher ratings I've given on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a fun time.
3.5, really? So 7 out of 10.
Oh. Yeah, that's a C. Yeah, yes. I stick to it.
Okay.
All right. There's one we like to close with some letterbox reviews. There's one in particular I wanted to read because I feel like it summed up how I feel really well. I haven't written my review yet, but this is similar to what it would be. 3.5 stars. There you go. He really guardiansed up the Man of Steel. Undeniably a James Gunn movie, for better or worse. Works way more than it doesn't. The dog rules. I really like that one because that's why I should have said the dog was one of my favorite characters. He had me laughing. He was defeating people that Superman was like, I don't want to hurt them. But yeah, I feel like that's well put. Like, it's a James Gunn movie for better or for worse. Like, because of that, there are some things that are kind of like, okay, that's kind of kiddish. But at the same time, it's like, okay, like this feels lighter. This works, So
Yeah.
Were there flaws? Yes, but I liked it more than I didn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's a flawed film, but you don't go to it to get blown away.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Here's two that I found really funny. Jimmy Olsen is actually the one with the secret harem.
That's true.
And then Mr. Terrific, what if Bernie Mac was a superhero?
Oh my gosh. Now that they said that, it does feel like he's trying to do an impression of Bernie Mac as a superhero.
Yeah. Here's what you were talking about. Seems as good as any time to watch an immigrant kick the living daylights out of an evil tech billionaire. Whoa.
How many stars did they give it?
It doesn't say.
This one made my heart happy. 4.5 stars. Superman is real and he's my friend. He is real.
Yeah. Was that review given by a 4-year-old? What? Here's one I find funny. Perfectly captures the weird joy of having a dog who is an absolute ungovernable agent of chaos.
That's amazing.
And also there was one that we didn't talk about this line. You think everybody's good or something, and then he says maybe that's the real punk rock.
Oh yeah,
that was probably the lowest point.
So
of the movie.
cheesy.
I was like, ugh,
so cheesy.
that was rough, and that was such a cool scene.
And that's punk rock.
And maybe that's the real punk rock.
Roll credits.
Yeah, could have done without that. You could have just cut that line at least.
It was funny. But again,
I thought she was gonna make a joke about it, I thought he was doing it facetiously, but it seemed like they were playing that pretty straight.
Yeah. And the cheesiness works for this because Superman is just like wholesome, cheesy little fella.
Classic hero
just
trope,
wants everyone to be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any others?
No, I feel good.
He just mad because he bald.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Lex Luthor be me for real, screaming video game combinations into a microphone.
This movie made me so nostalgic of playing Injustice. So nostalgic, like the way he's just like yelling out the controls and they get so excited when they punch Superman like again and again and again. And I was like, they're just button mashing.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I will say, I don't know why that reminded me, like this movie does a good job of like blending a lot of storylines and superhero tropes that you could make its own movie. Like,
yeah,
it could have been an entire movie of just him fighting and dealing with the fact that there's like a clone of him made.
Yeah.
And, like that could have been its own thing.
Yeah, they just slipped that in.
The two nations warring with each other and him having to step out and the geopolitical landscape that affects, that could be its own movie. Just his particular beef with Lex Luthor, and like
losing his job,
the universe ripping apart and a black hole being created, that could have been its own thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like any of them were like, that was weirdly thrown in there. I didn't get why that
it worked.
They all I feel like they all served a purpose. They all kind of were in service of shaping the identity of Superman in that regard.
And I feel like it made it feel like the movie went by faster. Like it wasn't like, I don't know. I think with superhero movies, I can get bored if it's like, I don't frankly care about you seeking revenge on this alien or whatever. Like, if you don't care about the whole thing they're working towards, well, that's the next hour and a half. You know what I mean? But this one, there was enough different elements that kept you in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Good idea, Zeke.
Thanks. I'm glad we saw it.
It made me feel like I can be a better person.
Did it make you feel like a kid?
It made me feel like I want to be a good person.
Okay.
Yeah. Did it make you feel like a kid?
No, I mean, like, I don't have nostalgic memories of
same.
Superman as a kid. I feel like if I had a like 6-year-old or like an 8-year-old, I would be like, I'm going to take my kids to see this. And I hope that they really enjoy this and find this fun and get excited about the next one.
Yeah. Did you have any qualms with costuming?
Oh, yeah. We had a conversation with Luke and Grace about the costuming.
Shout out. What was the issue?
I think so. Superman.
It's about his underwear?
Like usually he has like the legs that are like tight, you know, like skin tight hug, and this one is like a little bit more like shorts ish.
Yeah,
like it's a little bit like a sort of like a
little modest
track suit. Yeah, it's not as revealing.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah,
it allows you to focus on the storyline.
You're not distracted by this.
Yeah. In honor of this
male modeling.
In honor of this episode, we're actually sitting here with our underwear over our pants.
Yeah.
Just to get more into the
and a
character.
cape. I'm gonna wear a cape for the rest of the week.
No capes.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a big deal made about the S in this one. That's always a big thing.
How it looked like a kindergartner drew it.
Did you not like
that? Was a sad looking S.
The one on his chest. The one on
the one on the cape. It looked like a little piece of felt that I could have made for him.
I don't think there was one on this cape.
Maybe it was the dog. I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
It was on his cape.
Okay. Wow, you really hated it, huh?
No, I didn't hate it. I was just like, okay. You know how like in The Incredibles, like he gets like a costume change? Mm-hmm. I was like, when does he get a nicer cape? The felt's coming off.
I mean, there is a level of like capes are so unnecessary and problematic. If this was actually real, like this, the Spider-Man suit is always like the go-to. It's like that makes the most sense. So yeah, I don't know. The costuming is fun. I didn't hate it. I liked it.
Yeah. I was just curious about the whole underwear thing.
Yeah. I didn't think about it until the end. There was a scene where I was like, okay, there I saw it. But yeah, there was also the outfits that all the Daily Reporters were Daily Planet reporters were, specifically like the Jimmy Olsen 70s fits.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy, I like this guy.
All the loafers.
Yeah, all the corduroy.
Yep. Little button up.
Which I was like, is this supposed to be in the 70s? Or are they just trying to give that like nostalgic?
They used the iPhones.
Vibe. Yeah.
They used it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't stop thinking about Lois Lane's apartment. I mean, come on.
You know the guys who estimate like how much it would actually cost in those shows?
Yeah. I'm going to send it to them.
Yep.
Okay. This has been Superman.